If you're looking for a smart band in the market right now, then consider the Vivo Watch 3. After spending about 2 weeks with this watch, I genuinely was surprised by how good it is. It has a lot of features that are actually useful, amazing battery life, and it also works on all Android phones regardless of brand. Let's go through all of the reasons why I like this watch in today's video, and do remember to like and subscribe. Then share this video with your friends who are considering to buy this kind of gadget, because I think this will help them out a lot. So the Vivo Watch 3, it comes in this kind of box and it is fairly simple in terms of packaging. For all that I care, we are only going to need the watch and also the charger itself. Now, taking a look at the watch first, it's very reminiscent of the Google Pixel Watch 3 that we also reviewed recently. At first glance, it literally looks like the same watch. There are a few differences though, like the rotating crown is positioned at an angle and the side button is below that crown. The microphone and speakers are both located on the left side of the watch. This watch has a 1.43-inch OLED screen and it looks good enough even for outdoors. And that's all I care about for a watch like this. Navigating around this watch is fairly simple. We can press the crown to reveal this familiar looking interface and use the features available on this watch. The side button goes into a list of exercise modes. There are quite a lot of them to choose from, and the watch does auto-detect whatever workout we are doing as well. Swiping down reveals the notifications. It's not exactly the best here since it only displays a preview of text. Emails will only have the subject displayed and the contents will not appear. Some emojis don't work as well, and it appears as this kind of box with a cross inside. We cannot reply to any messages on this watch as well, so there is gonna be some limitation here. That is to be expected for this watch since it is not using Wear OS, but it's using Vivo's own Blue OS. Swiping up reveals the quick settings menu. They have quite a lot of features here actually, like setting up an alarm, which can also be set using the phone app, but we'll talk more about that later. We can swipe to the left to see the weather and also control music on our phone or the watch. This is weird as we can transfer songs from our phone to the watch and listen to them directly on the watch itself. That is because we can pair Bluetooth earphones or headphones directly to the watch and listen to music directly from the watch. That means we can leave our phone somewhere else and we can still have a way to listen to music. Swiping to the right reveals the heart rate and daily activities and also sleep hours. Swiping to the right once more reveals the distance walked, calories burnt, and there's also another button to go to the list of exercise modes on the watch. The included silicone strap is quite okay since it is quite soft and the clasp also goes in like this. Now let's talk about the phone app. I'm testing the Vivo Watch 3 paired with the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and all of the features are accessible with whatever phone that we are pairing it with, and that is good because Vivo didn't gatekeep any features. To pair the watch, we'll have to install an app called the Vivo Healthcare app. This app is fairly simple. We're presented with a dashboard alongside with all of the health data at a glance when we open the app. Each of these modules are also clickable and we can expand to see more information of each of these modules. While I can't judge the data accuracy, the sleep data seems to be a bit inaccurate since it sometimes detects that I am sleeping even though I'm just lying down. Tapping onto the devices tab will list out all of the devices that are connected to the app, and then we can tap on the watch to change all of the settings of the watch via the app. Well, not all of the settings, but most of it. Firstly, we can change the watch face. There are quite a lot to choose from, and we can enter the watch face store to download even more watch faces. I'm not sure if it will eventually be a paid watch face, but all of them are free for now. The watch faces are not customizable, so what you see is literally what you get. We can also enable notifications to be displayed on the watch on a per app basis. So for example, we can enable notifications for WhatsApp and disable them for Telegram, for example. One thing that I don't really like is how the Vivo Watch 3 works with its notifications. I just want the watch to vibrate with no notification sound, and I cannot do that on this watch. If I turn the sound down completely, then it will automatically just enter silent mode, which also disables the vibration, and I find that to be a bit weird. Also, the vibration motor on this watch is just weak. I have even changed it to the enhanced vibration mode and I can still barely feel it. The watch alarm can also be customized here as well. Do note that we can only set up to 5 alarms at once, and that's the limit. The music tab is where we can add music to the watch. It transfers music from the phone to the watch via Bluetooth, and it will take literally forever if you just want to transfer a gigabyte of music, because yeah, this watch can store a gigabyte of music. One unique feature that this phone has is the ability to add NFC access cards. It's quite intuitive as well. Just tap on the watch and then it will add those cards to the watch if they are compatible. However, I tried our access cards that looks identical to what they are showing in the app, and that doesn't work, and I have no idea why. Then I tried adding a Taipei Easy card, and that works, but that is an encrypted NFC card, so I can't actually make any payments with that card on this watch. I also need to mention about the Do Not Disturb feature. This setting can only be customized on the watch, and it doesn't actually sync with the phone as well. However, I can replicate the DND schedule on the watch to make it go into DND the same time as my phone, so that works. And that's about all of the features available on the Vivo Watch 3. The battery life on this watch is super freaking good. From what I can see, it consumes only about 5% battery per day, and I also wear this watch to sleep, by the way, with all of the health tracking features set to continuous logging. That means this watch can last easily up to around 20 days on a single charge. Given the amount of features of what this watch can do, I think the battery life is just fantastic. Now, the charger, it is using a magnet and it snaps onto the back of the watch and it connects to the watch via these two pogo pins here. So in a way, it is a wired charger. Also, why is Vivo still using a USB-A port? This should have been a USB-C port. However, the reason why I don't consider this watch to be a quote-unquote smartwatch is because of the operating system. Yeah, as what we mentioned earlier, it is using something called Blue OS, which is developed by Vivo, and it works really well for a fitness band but not as a smartwatch. Remember, the notifications is very basic and we can't reply to messages, and the watch faces are limited to what Vivo has provided. And so, should you buy the Vivo Watch 3? It's actually a good watch, like what we mentioned earlier. It does have a lot of good features, very long battery life, and it works well with all phones regardless of brands. I'm not sure about iOS, but I think it works as well. However, the price of this watch is also super high. It's at 899 ringgit for the silicon strap version, the one that we have here, and 999 ringgit for the leather strap version. And if we compare this with other Wear OS watches, then this is going to be a bit more complicated. Let's just say the Galaxy Watch series, for example. It goes for around the same price, but the Galaxy Watch only works best with other Samsung phones. And the battery life of Wear OS is not gonna be as good as this watch, even though they have a lot more features. So it's going to be give and take, I guess. So if the Vivo Watch 3 suits your use case, then go for it. And that's all that we have to share with you here in today's video. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Also, do let me know, does this watch look like the Pixel Watch 3?